Hello, everybody. Natasha Phipps here. I am using StreamYard for the very first time, so I thought I would come on here and try it out. I am live on Facebook, LinkedIn, and YouTube. So I really want to try this out, but I also want to share a few things with everybody and provide a little update on what we've been busy working on and what we're excited about for this year. So please interact if you can. I'd love to see how the comments work and stuff if you are live with me, just to test it out. But if you're watching the replay, let me know what you think about this. So anyway, I really am wanting to share a lot more online with things that we are learning in our business and investing journey, and just be a bit more open out there on social media. So I'm going to use StreamYard to try this out and see how it goes. And let me know what you guys think, or if there's other resources that you use, I'd love to learn as well. But today, what I thought I would cover was just what's been going on the last couple of years. So as many of you know, I am a investor-focused realtor located here in Calgary, Alberta. I have Phipps Real Estate Group here in Calgary. We are a team of realtors brokered with CIR Realty. We do residential, commercial, and property management services here in Calgary, and that has not changed. The team is still killing it, and absolutely love being a realtor, and always will. But really, the last couple of years, the largest changes have been with the launch of WealthShare. And we've been like head down for a couple of years now, honestly, building a very strong foundation for WealthShare. And we have learned a lot. And in the last couple of years as well, the kind of marketplace has changed a lot. And the amount of offerings that are out there and the amount of opportunities are quite vast. And so we want to share what we've been up to. It is hard to get to be present and online all the time, but when you're also, heads down working in your business. So I want to talk a little bit about why we formed WealthShare, what we're excited about, and really we're just getting started. So WealthShare was formed. It started with one property. I had found a property in Mission in Southwest Calgary called the Bergen. And this was one of those buildings that kind of started it all. And I learned a few things really quickly when we went to go raise capital at that level. Number one was many people wanted to use registered funds, and many people wanted to use different types of accounts as well. And also, not everybody met an accredited status of investor. And so really we started digging and researching how in Canada can we own, buy and hold real estate, accept investment of cash or registered funds, and then also open the investment to not just accredited investors, but also to eligible investors. That piece was really, really something we were passionate about because we want to be inclusive to as many Canadians as possible. There are plenty of opportunities out there already accessible solely to kind of the already wealthy. And we want to provide these institutional quality assets that WealthShare is acquiring to as many people as possible. And so as a result, we have done everything available in Canada to kind of make that as broad as possible. So that was really what led us down this path, was solving those problems. And a couple of years ago, no one knew what a mutual fund trust was. That was like very, it was not a trendy word. It was not something, we even had a really hard time finding a legal team in Alberta that could build us what we were looking to build, which ended up being a mutual fund trust in combination with an offering memorandum to form our structure. But now there is, it's a lot more mainstream, and I would even venture to say trendy almost, but it does solve all of those problems. And the structure allows you to do that. So we went ahead and formed WealthShare Real Estate Investment Trust, which is a private REIT here located in Calgary. And it was a big journey. We had to obtain 150 investors by March 31st of that calendar year. We took about 6 months or so to form the structure, to really spend our time on our offering memorandum. A lot of thoughtful and late nights went into developing WellShare. And it is really something we're just getting started with. So where we're at today is we have just closed last week on our most recent acquisition. But really what you'll see with our acquisitions is we are trying to be the kind of secure, boring, steady sliver to someone's portfolio. We're not going to be all things to all people. And the fund of WellShare is about long-term buy and hold investment. And that is a choice for sure. There's plenty of development offerings out there. But what we wanted to do, especially given we were going to be using eligible investors' money and a lot of registered funds, was kind of remove as many of those variables as possible when it comes to the variables that might bring risk. And so the more variables there are in any strategy, of course, the more risk there is. And so we want, to look at assets that are as turnkey as possible. If they do need work, it's more like from a management perspective, like they're being mismanaged or it's underperforming that way. We're not doing development. We are not renovating. If it's, light renovations would be okay possibly, but the first couple of assets that we closed on were actually court-ordered sales, and they were only a couple of years old. So not a lot to do. We could do a whole live stream if you guys are interested on court-ordered sale process, because as a realtor and then as a buyer and as an investor, learned a ton going through that process at this type of level with, assets worth $8-9 million at the time. So we learned a lot that way. And our value proposition is really that we want to be accessible. We want to be sharing what we're learning along the way. And we want to reduce as much risk and provide as much security with our assets as possible. And in times of so much insecurity out there in the world, in the media, that's really what we are hyper focused on. And so the assets that we acquire, need to be making money right away. The first two acquisitions that we closed on were fully occupied. The most recent acquisition we closed on last week, it was brand new real estate. And so we do need to fill it up. But that is already going very well. We did a ton of research and preparation for closing time. And I think we're sitting at about 6 out of 16 units rented in just the first few days. So that took a lot of preparation and work to ensure that on closing day, the wheels are churning, management's in, we're already, chugging along. And so really proud of the team on that one. And so we'll keep you posted as soon as that one's fully occupied, we will let you know. So the reason I'm sharing all of this, of course, is if you might be interested to know, what is WellShare about? Am I someone who might want to look at WellShare? Because what I've learned about talking to, hundreds, if not thousands of investors over my career is we all have a little bit of this, like, maybe that's not for me, or maybe that's outside of my, realm of possibility. And I want you to know, we want to connect with you. We want to talk to you about not just WellShare, but just real estate investing, period. I mean, and anyone who's met with me knows I can talk about real estate at length. And so we want to connect with you. We want to know what your real estate investing goals are, whether it's WellShare or not. And if you have any concerns out in the marketplace, I know there is a lot of tumultuous things out there, but there's also a lot of amazing things happening out there. So would love to connect with anyone one-on-one that is interested, but I'm also going to commit to doing these video and live streams as frequently as possible, way more than I ever have in my entire career, because I do think, we have a lot to share. I have a lot of knowledge to share. So does the team. And we want to tell you about it. So if you're interested in WellShare, just a few little details about it. As I said, we are doing buy and hold real estate. So this should be a long-term investment for you. This is not a quick and dirty, get in and out kind of thing. Any money that comes in is going directly to work into the portfolio right away. So funds are not sitting here doing nothing, which is a concern for some folks too. And so that's not the case here. We are continuing to analyze future acquisitions as well as stabilizing the acquisitions we already have in place. And those are well-performing assets that we're very proud of that you could take advantage of and invest with us. So, for those of you who don't know, you can invest with us with a minimum of $5,000 or more. So we, again, in our values of kind of inclusivity, we want to keep our minimum low intentionally. Of course, we need our larger investors as well, but we have, I think, around 240 investors now in the WellShare family and pool, and we are growing every single day. There's people signing on every single day, and we target a 12% return with WellShare. This is an annual return targeted at 12%. And that's a combination made up of debt pay down of the portfolio, cash flow appreciation, and time in the market as well. So if that might be of interest to you, let me know. I'm going to put some links in these live streams as well, so you can go check out our offering. And it's important to talk about suitability really quick as well, if you're looking at us or other private investments out there. When you go to review our offering, you're going to be sent to our exempt market dealers websites. We have 2 exempt market dealers, and it doesn't matter which one you go to. Either one is fine. We're with Atlas One or RealShare. And on there, you'll see our offering. And in an offering, you will see the offering memorandum that we talked about, the subscription agreement that you would sign to actually go ahead with your investment, as well as the declaration of trust. And in thinking about suitability, it's really important, obviously, that we are all being mindful of risk. And what I love about having the exempt market dealer on the table is they are there for that reason. They are ensuring your suitability in WellShare or other investments. So use the EMDs as a resource for what might be suitable for you. And I don't think the marketplace is talking about suitability enough. I'm not seeing that word enough. I don't feel like it's not coming up enough in conversations. I talk about it a lot because it's really, really important to me. So you're gonna hear me talk a lot more about suitability. But the exempt market dealer, they are there to ensure compliance on our side with all of the compliance measures we have to take with the CRA, with the Securities Commission, and they're also there to ensure compliance for the investor. So that's why you go to an EMD's platform outside of our own website. So I would encourage you to go there, check it out. I'll put the links here. You can also go to wellshare.ca and go to invest with us. I think it's titled, and both of them are linked there. So if you're interested, you can use cash or registered funds, like I said, to invest with us. I'll maybe do another video on investing with registered funds because that's there's a few steps to think about. But either one of these platforms, your investments can actually be submitted directly on there, and you can review everything that we have talked about today in terms of documents. So I would love to see people on there engaging, asking questions. And also, if you just want to chat and connect, whether it's about WellShare or anything else, please let me know. I'm going to put a link to my calendar as well on these, so you can book a call with me direct. And I would love to connect with you. Just wanted to provide a little bit of an update today, what we've been working on. And this is not just myself. Rodney, my husband, is the COO of WellShare, Monique Verlon, the CFO, and Darcy and Deanna Boyden are our founding partners as well. So there is a team of us here, and we're working very hard every single day to build this company that we're so excited about. And we have so much more to come. One other thing is happening I wanted to point out. WellShare, we're planning a little bit of a road show right now. And I'm going to be putting up a link where our first event is actually going to be in Winnipeg, coming up here in a couple of weeks. So all the Winnipeg folks and area, I would love to see you in person. We want to get out there. We want to meet people, and we want to engage with you all and learn about what's important to you in your real estate investing. So I'm going to wrap it up there. First live stream on StreamYard. So far, so good, I think. We'll keep playing with it and using it and see how it goes. But I hope everybody has a great rest of your evening, and see you again next time. Bye.